Welcome again. In today's video, we are going to continue correcting the series of the baccalaureate exam. Today, I'm going to correct topic 2, foreign languages. Let's get started. So we are going to start with part A, comprehension. This part has 7 points. And the first question, say whether the following statements are true or false. The first statement says, whistleblowing consists in revealing companies' misconduct. So this statement is true. Statement B. It is difficult to access the information that shows unethical behaviors. This is true as well. Statement C. Denunciation of malpractices causes great losses. This statement is false. And finally, whistleblowers should be protected. This is true. So concerning this question, you have the following order: true, true, false, true. We move on to question 2. Identify the paragraphs in which the following ideas are mentioned. The first idea, stringent regulations should be passed to safeguard the whistleblowers' lives. This idea is mentioned in the last paragraph, namely paragraph 5. So this idea is mentioned in the 5th paragraph. The second idea, whistleblowing saves money. This idea is mentioned in the 3rd paragraph. We move on to question 3. Answer the following questions according to the text. The first question is yes/no question. So, is whistleblowing an immoral practice? No, it isn't. Whistleblowing, it is not an immoral practice. In fact, it is a moral practice, according to the logic of the text. Question 2 says, what are the benefits of whistleblowing? So you need to list down all the benefits of whistleblowing which are mentioned in the text. So, the benefits of whistleblowing are: 1. It enables organizations to access hard-to-reach information that can help leaders to minimize a wide range of risks. 2. It takes potential wrongdoers think twice, or it makes potential wrongdoers think twice. The third benefit, whistleblowing benefits organizations through significant loss savings. And finally, it helps leaders receive critical reports which enable them to take action against the offenders. So these are all the benefits of whistleblowing mentioned in the text. And the last question, C. How can we encourage whistleblowing? We can encourage whistleblowing by implementing a secure system that allows for anonymous reporting, and also by passing stricter whistleblower protection laws. This is as far as it concerns question 3 in part 1. Now we are going to move to question 4. Find what or who the underlined words in the text refer to. The first word, this, refers to whistleblowing. So you can also say that this refers to the definition of whistleblowing. You can write, this refers to the fact or the act of telling the authorities or the public that the company you are working for doing something immoral or illegal. So this is the definition of whistleblowing. So this refers either to whistleblowing or to its definition. It's the same thing. Because the definition is kind of long, so it's better to write whistleblowing. Yet, if you wrote the definition, it's correct. The second word, you have those. So those refers to organizations. And finally, such a system. Such a system refers to a system of stricter anti-corruption and whistleblower protection laws. We move on to the last question to this part, or in this part, give a title to the text. So it's up to you guys to suggest the title that you think it's the most appropriate. For me, I can suggest the following title, but your answer may differ from one pupil to another. So the title may be the benefits or advantages of whistleblowing. Because, the text is actually talking about the benefits of whistleblowing. So a suitable title might be the benefits of whistleblowing or the advantages of whistleblowing. Now we have finished part 1. Now we move on to part 2, which is text exploration. Text exploration has 7 points as well. We move on to the first question in part 2, which is find in the text words or phrases that are closest in meaning to the following. The first word is reduce. So the synonym of reduce is minimize. The next word, profits. The synonym of profits is benefits. And finally, the synonym of submission is compliance. We move on to the next activity. Divide the following words into roots and affixes. You have immoral, preventive, and compliance. So the first word, immoral, so the prefix is im, the root is moral, and there is no suffix. Preventive, there is no prefix, the root is to prevent, and the suffix is iv. Compliance, there is no prefix as well, the root is comply, and the suffix is ance. So this is as far as it concerns this activity 2. Now we move on to grammar, activity 3. Or before this, we have grammar. Okay, here is grammar. So combine each pair of sentences with one of the connectors provided. Make changes where necessary. So you have the following connectors: unless, so that, despite, and after. You're going to guess which connector is more appropriately used with which sentence. We start with the first sentence. You have whistleblowing is necessary. A lot of companies are not in favor of whistleblowing. So at first glance, you understand that this is concession because there are two contradicting sentences. So on one hand, it says whistleblowing is necessary, but on the other hand, a lot of companies are not in favor of whistleblowing. Therefore, the most appropriate connector to be used is despite. So we say, despite being necessary, a lot of companies are not in favor of whistleblowing. Or you can say alternatively, despite its necessity, a lot of companies are not in favor of whistleblowing. On to the next one. You have companies apply whistleblowing rules. Companies suffer great financial losses. So I think that this is condition. Therefore, we should use unless. So, unless companies apply whistleblowing rules, they will suffer great financial losses. Or you can say, companies will suffer great financial losses unless they apply whistleblowing rules. So we have finished grammar. Now we move on to activity 4, which is classify the following words according to the stressed syllable. We have minimize, the stress is on the first syllable, minimize. We have protect, the stress is on the second syllable. Authorities, the stress is on the second syllable as well. And finally, information, the stress is on the third syllable. Now we move on to the last activity, which is activity number 5. Fill in the gaps with words from the list given. So you have 6 words, you are going to use only 4 words to complete the passage. So we have some employees think they are blowing the whistle when their complaint is a personal grievance. Workers who denounce their employer's abuses should believe that they are acting in the public interest. They should not act for their own benefits. This means that personal grievances and complaints are not usually covered by whistleblowing law. So we have denounce, public, their, and law. Thank you very much indeed, guys. I wish you the best of luck. See you next time. Bye.